Well, today's adventure, I'm going to go up to a field, hike through the woods, go to a field where I used to find a lot of arrowheads. And I thought I'd shoot a little scenery along the way, kind of a pretty walk. It takes me about almost a half hour to get there. But what I'm looking at here is an old road that used to go up through the woods. You can tell because there's really large maple trees planted along it. So I'll be back as we get further along the trail. Here's a trail I like to find if you're ever in a situation where you need some really quick tinder, you're going to make fire. This yellow birch provides a lot of it. I mean, this stuff is right there, real dry, always dry even in the winter. You just peel that off. So that's a good source of tinder, and in these northern hardwoods these things grow all over the place. So it's a good thing to know. I'll be back with more. Well, the worst is behind me. I got up the big hill, and this is just a cool place. I almost always see deer when I come up here if I'm real quiet. And you can see this hill, it drops way down there. And from this point, you can kind of get a glimpse of the railroad bridge. See if I can zoom in here and you can see it. There it is. Now they're working to put a new one in, so some of that orange colored scaffolding you see there is part of the structure for them to climb around on and work on the bridge. So a little breezy, hope you can hear me. We're going to head up the trail a little further. Well, I caught this along the way just as I was getting ready to head over to the Arrowhead field. It's always a fun thing to see. They're approaching the bridge, so the guys working out there will know they're on the way. Can't miss that sound. Okay, I'll be back with more. Here's another pretty cool site along the way. The field I want to go to is just the other side of those trees over there. Look at this cool old dam here. This is the Erie Reservoir, and originally back in 1852 when they made this cut here down through, it's a half-mile hand-dug cut. This was the original alignment for the railroad. They moved it over to the current position that it enjoys now back around 1880. So always love seeing all these neat things along the way. You know, if I don't even find an arrowhead, the walk alone was worth it all. So I'll turn this back on once I get out in the field and we'll see what shows up. I'm sure there's been somebody out there looking pretty hard, but that usually doesn't discourage me. And you just don't see everything. I don't see everything. Whoever else looks don't see everything. So take my chance and see if I can find something left behind. Yeah, here's a little better view of the dam. I'm following a pretty heavily used deer trail, as you can see right here, that cuts across this little creek. So I'm just about to the field. Just thought you'd like to see what this place looks like before it gets all grown up with weeds and leaves on the trees. And won't be long now that we're getting warm temperatures. Phew, well, I finally arrived, and I'm going to start looking right over on this high area here, then maybe work my way around the end and look out there a little bit. I don't expect much. This field used to put a ton of points out, but they only have so many points in them, and I've looked here since the mid-80s. So others have looked here. I've looked here hard, and there's a guy looking pretty hard now currently. So we'll see if anything pokes up. I'm gonna have sharp eyes, I guess, today. So I'll be back with more. I've always heard that this was a cabin site right back here. Maybe when they were building the railroad cut behind me. But I always find a lot of evidence of that. Here's some crockery, real old stuff. Here's a There's a glass button. I keep all those cool things. We have more glass here, and then move just a little further, and you've got the glass here. Really old looking stuff. And one more piece here. And you know, I should bring my metal detector here and just see if I can find any old coins. I'm pretty sure that if there's glass around here, there's got to be some metal pieces that I could pick up. So that might be my next mission here before they get on here and plant this. So I have to keep that in mind. But we're still looking at a lot of ground here. So anything else interesting shows up, I'll be sure to share it with you. Well, I've been seeing a lot of flakes in this one area I'm at right now, and so I'm poking along slow, and I happen to poke this, and I'm not sure. I'm wishful thinking, but I don't know. It's not convincing me, but hey, if I was an Indian and I made this, I would use this as a perforator. Looks good to me. Might be the only thing I find. It's pretty sharp on the tip, would work well. Found it amongst a lot of flakes, so I'm going to say it's a strong maybe. So, hey, things are looking up. I might be able to actually find an arrowhead here. So, I will be back if anything else shows up. This is kind of cool. Yeah, it looks like they come over here a little farther with the disc, and they brought up a whole bunch of garbage that was along the field that I didn't even see before. There's kind of a Pond's jar there, and with a lid, but this is cool right here. It's probably the biggest button I've ever found in my life. You can see it's got a place for the thread to go through. This is a monster button. I gotta take that back, clean it up, go good in the man cave someplace. But yeah, I'm still looking. Haven't found much. Got a lot of field here, but there's tracks all over. They are washed down tracks, but somebody's gave it a good look as usual. So I'll just see what shows up, and I'm just glad to be out here. That's all I can say. I'll be back. Well, here's one more I can add to the heartbreaker list. Look at this. Beautiful little celt. Nice sharp edge. Snapped in half. Man, I'd love to find the other half. I'd glue it back together. But, yeah, that's a cool find, regardless. Love to see the bits. So I'll keep looking, and I'll be back with more. Okay, now I'm excited. Look at what I see here. I am so stoked. This is like my first best find. I don't know if the tip's all there, but I'm just going to sit here and relish the moment for a second, because wow, what a beauty that is. And I do believe it's this last heavy rain that we had. We got about 2.5 inches of rain. Sure does make a difference on a field. It's all new field. Alright, I gotta snag it. I'm about ready to yank it out of here. See what we got. Oh, it looks good. That's an acceptable tip. Oh well, hey, the whole thing's acceptable. Look at this. Now there's a nice find right there. Looks like there might be just a little ding right there where the tip hits something, but I'm not complaining. This is a nice point, and I'm so glad to find it. Well, things are looking up. I might find actually a couple more if I just go slow. So, I'll be back. Couldn't be more excited. This is awesome. Okay, this is getting really fun now. Check this one out here. That looks pretty nice. Boy, I'm in disbelief that I'm finding these, because I usually walk out here and I'm lucky to find a chip. But that rain did a miracle. Look at this nice little guy. Just a little birdie. Wow, I really like that. It's been a good day so far. Started out with some heartbreakers, but you always find a lot of those. Well, we're going to keep looking. I think I got a good spot here. I'm going to go slow and see what shows. I'll be back. Looks like we got number 3 here poking out. Look at this. I think that looks pretty good. Let's pull it out. Well, most of it's there. I wouldn't throw that one back. Looks like damage over here. but not a bad find. Love it when you see them sticking up like that. Well, we'll just keep going walking these rows and see what else shows up. So far, so good. Okay, here's a quick wrap up of what I came up with on my hunt today. I'm not going to spend much time. These are the good finds, you know, the perforator and the arrowheads and the half a celt. And here's a bunch of really nice flakes. The historic stuff, you know, we've got all kinds of plates, and this is the bottom of a pontled bottle, the lip of a old bottle. You know, cool ceramics, cool stuff like that. And I found this huge button. I don't know what that went to, somebody's coat. And then 2 glass buttons. So, all in all, oh yeah, and I did find this carpenter's pencil out there. It was falling off the tractor. You can always use one of these. So, all in all, good hunt, and I want to thank you for hanging in there and watching this long video. I had a good time making it, and hopefully there'll be more.